Hello everyone and welcome to a tutorial video on how to build this building straight in front of me block for block. Now this building is an ultimate survival house that is built in the medieval style. This means this building includes everything that you'll ever need to survive your Minecraft world. That means it includes an enchanting setup, a bedroom, your brewery station, and so much more. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a block for block over here in today's episode. Now this build is probably one of my most favorite tutorial builds that I've ever created. I'm actually super happy to be sharing this with you guys over here. Now before we actually build this together block by block over there, I'm actually going to do a quick rundown of the exterior itself. So the exterior is basically comprised of two parts, the balcony section and this main section over here. So this main section over here is just this one lone building. Just imagine the balcony not attached to this, and it's made up of this little section as well. So you got this little jutting out roof over here with some windows attached to it and a little kind of plant potter thing. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but I think it looks super cool. Then of course you got your normal style for the rest of this build over here. But then as you work your way to the right side into the balcony part, you've got this huge balcony situated on top of this little cottage and entrance area over here, where it's actually got the kitchen inside, as you can see down there. Then if you actually just walk all the way around the back side over here, you can see the balcony loops all the way around to the back, where I've actually got this little farm design over here. Now I'm actually going to show you guys how to build the farm because it's very simple itself. You just need some farmland and you just place some wheat on it and your wheat will eventually grow. You can see that I've just done that really quick and really fast and really didn't put any effort into it. So it's not really part of the house itself. I'm only going to be showing you guys how to build the house because this will just be, unnecessary, and I think all of you guys have the abilities to do this. But the back of the build also has quite a lot of details. We've got this small part of the build attached to the balcony over here, along with the cottage that I was talking about before. Then we've also got some steps for a back door entrance leading into the main part. And then we've also got, along with that, a huge chimney that I must say looks absolutely amazing. Beside this back entrance over here, we've also got this kind of feeding trough kind of thing over here, where you can go ahead and park your horses, and it's kind of a nice area for them to relax, especially since it's right next to the farmland and they can graze in this area. Now, of course, if you walk around to this side as well, we've got our usual set of windows and this huge balcony right by the roof. Now, this balcony is actually really high up because it's also intended to be like an elytra flying pad, so you can fly in and out of this balcony for for effective purposes. It's super useful, and when you got into that late stage of the game where you got an elytra, it's really helpful just to fly into this area because you've got lots of clearance above the trees, as you can see here. And that's pretty much it. If you just go around this corner and you're back to the front. And I must say, I really like the look of this build. I think it looks super cool. And if you guys like the look of this build too, I'm going to do the tutorial on how to build this right over here. Now, you notice I might have been using shaders so far to go around this entire build over here. And that's just to showcase it off right now. But in the building process, just to make it a little easier for you guys, I'm just going to turn off the shaders so that you can actually identify the blocks a little easier. Alright, now that we've done an exterior rundown as well, I'm going to quickly go through the interior as well. So you're usually going to enter through this front entrance over here, but as I've already shown to you guys, there's a back entrance as well. So over here, you've got your kitchen with all your furnaces and a little brewing station as well. And once you continue along here, you've got this nice little cozy living room over here with a few, usable blocks as well, like a cartography table, a loom, and a jukebox. Then you can continue up here, and you've got your door to the back entrance. Then once you continue up here as well, you've got a nice enchanting setup with a full level 30 enchanting table. And if you put your item in here, you'll get a max level 30 item. Then you've also got anvils and some grindstones to do some enchanting. And if you continue down this corridor over here, you get out into a balcony. Of course, you guys will probably have a better view than mine because I'm in a super flat world right now. But that aside, this balcony looks amazing nonetheless. Now, look at that view. It just looks super, super cool. And it feels very cozy as well. Now, if you go back into the house itself, everything gets better once you go upstairs. So when you go upstairs, you got this huge bedroom over here with lots and lots of details. We've got a huge bed over here and many more details. Now I also actually made this an open ceiling over here just to make it feel more grand. And you can see I've also included some nice wooden beams in between and this huge chandelier that makes it look absolutely amazing. Now, of course, no ultimate survival house is complete without a nice closet over here. You've got your armor stands over here just to put in a few, armor pieces, and you've got all of these barrels to store your goods in. And last but not least, for your elytra takeoff spot, you've got this balcony down the end so that you can fly in and out of your home base. And basically, that's it for a complete rundown of the entire build. And I hope you guys like that. But without further ado, I think we should get straight into building this, build block by block. Now, like I said, I'm going to turn off my shaders so that my computer doesn't die. Alright, here we are now out of shaders so that my computer doesn't commit suicide, and we're going to go through a rundown of all the materials required to create this house over here. And actually, now without shaders, you guys can have a look at it without shaders because most of you guys probably won't play with shaders on. So this will just give you a more authentic feel when you play normal Minecraft and look at this build. And nonetheless, it still looks really, really cool. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into building this. Now, this is the layout you're going to need to build the structure itself. And as you can see, it's quite small in the plan, but once you actually get straight into building it, it turns big really, really fast. Now, the yellow and white is the layout for the actual build itself, where all the walls would be placed and everything like that. So this would be the balcony area, and you'd usually enter from over here. Then you'd enter into the living room over here. Now the gray symbolizes an overhang kind of part over here, and this dark gray over here symbolizes parts where the overhang would may touch the ground. For example, those two dark gray parts over there are those stilts that the balcony hangs off of. As you can see, we've got these two parts over here that holds up the balcony. So those two gray pieces of wool just indicates that you need a little bit more space than just the actual build itself. So when you guys actually decide to build this house, I recommend clearing out this small space as well. Trust me, it's not a lot, but some people may forget to do it and may build it too close to a mountain, and this one might look a little bit weird. Just make sure you got this little space here. You're not actually going to build much in it. You're just going to leave a little space for those two pillars over here. And then you got a couple of pillars there for the back entrance when you got that little staircase going up into the build. Now, just before we get straight into it, let's quickly look at the materials. And we actually use quite a lot of materials here. So first off, let's look at the stones. So the only stones you'll ever require in this build is cobblestone blocks, andesite blocks, andesite stairs, andesite slab, stone block, and stone stairs. Now don't be worried about stone slabs because this only reason this andesite slab is here is for that little winch system over there. Now this actual winch system here, it can be used for anything. I didn't put anything on it at the moment. It's because you can use banners or item frames to symbolize something. So you can put a banner up here or a little flag or something, and it'll make the build look super cool. But I haven't put anything because it's all up to you guys and your preference and your creativity. Then as you move from the stones into the sandstone, we basically use every type of sandstone and smooth sandstone variant. So for the smooth sandstone, you use the sandstone blocks, stairs, and slabs, and that's basically used in the entire build. Then we've got the normal sandstone variant of those, so we've got the blocks, stairs, and slab. But unfortunately, we do not have a smooth sandstone variant of a wall, so we're only going to be using cracked sandstone walls in this build, and that's going to be used for the balcony over there. As you can see, we use walls as well. Then of course we got all the types of spruce over here. We got stripped spruce logs, spruce planks, a spruce stair, a spruce slab, and a spruce trapdoor. Then of course you've got a spruce fence gate, a spruce fence. A couple of barrels are also going to be used in the build, and we're using these signs over here as horizontal spruce beams. And trust me, it's a really cool effect when you use these signs. And then moving on to the next segment, which is just basically a row of random materials. So you're going to be using a few campfires here just for the chimneys and a few other details going to be used on the exterior. You're also going to be using oak trapdoors. A couple of levers also are going to be used on the exterior. Some granite walls for the top of that chimney there. A couple of brick walls as well in a few places. A couple of chains for that wind system we just talked about. And a couple of flower pots are going to be used for decorative and functional pieces as well. And for the glass used in this build, we're going to be using gray glass. So you can see we've got gray glass and gray stained glass panes. Originally, I was using light gray stained as well, but just to make it a little simpler for you guys, I just changed it all into gray stained glass. From that point onward, we're also going to be using a couple of leaves for decoration, on the roofs and things like that, around the sides, just so that your build just pops into life a little bit more. Then for the balcony, you may have noticed we use lecterns for that little kind of railing effect, and we're only going to be using about 20 or so dark oak planks just for some outlines in underneath the actual build. Inside the build, we've got a few places where dark oak is used underneath that roof over there, and that's the only place that dark oak is only going to be used. So don't worry if you don't have a lot of dark oak, you're only going to be needing about 20 planks or so. And finally, last but not least, not these guys over here, but we've got the main roof blocks itself. We've got the gray concrete, the gray wool, and gray concrete powder. And you may have noticed that, of course, because that's the defining feature about this build over here. We've got that beautiful looking roof over there, which I must say looks absolutely amazing. But without further ado, let's get straight into building this one. So let's get straight into the building process. So let me just quickly clear my inventory and select the first few blocks that we're going to be using. So the first block that you want to use is grab some strip spruce logs and some cobblestone over here. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is place cobble all around this side over here. Place a spruce log just like that. Then go ahead and place a spruce log over here as well. Then destroy this middle part over here. And then go ahead, skip to over here, place a spruce log, skip to cobblestone over here, and place a spruce log just like that. Alright, that's simple enough just to get started. Then what I want you guys to do is lift this up 1, 2, 3 more. So that this is 4 in total. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go ahead and do that for all the logs so that they reach all of that height. And then you should have something looking similar to this. Then go ahead, grab your sandstone and just fill this entire section in here with some basic old sandstone. Now what I usually like to do is do the texturing as we go. So what you want to do is just mix in some texture over here, because I find it really hard to do texturing at the end where you have to go through every little bit and you might forget something. And you should have something like this. Now don't be afraid to also mix in stairs to look like cracks, just like I am doing here, and it makes it just look a little bit more natural, just like that. Then what you want to go ahead and do is break this over here and place an upside down stair, and we're going to place a window down here actually, and I'm just going to turn that back into a block, and we're going to place down a little window. So you're going to grab a glass pane here, and we're going to put that in over there, just so that you have something similar looking to this. From that point onwards, go ahead and place an upside down sandstone stair just like that. Now remember, when I'm using the sandstone, you can always mix them up. Just remember to select them as you go. Use cracked, uncracked, use smooth and all those different types just to make it look more realistic. Like as you can see right now, I'm just changing it just so that it looks a little better and a little cooler. From this point, we're actually going to grab a door, which I forgot to include in this little segment over here. So I'm just going to actually quickly place that down because I forgot to place it in the materials list. But yeah, grab a door quickly just like that. And you're going to place a door down here. And you may have noticed that we've still got a little bit of space left over there. So what you're going to go ahead and grab is 2 trapdoors actually. You can grab an oak one and a spruce one. Now these are going to be used together to create a little bit of texturing. So you want to go ahead and place your oak one just like that and flip it. Now the thing here, we're going to try and create this like nice kind of square pattern, but not actually see through, because as you can see, we can actually see through the oak trapdoor. So what we're going to then do is place a spruce trapdoor on that oak trapdoor then go ahead and close it so that you have something looking like this. And that's just a very intricate detail, but trust me, it looks really, really cool. You've got that nice kind of pattern over there. Then you're going to go ahead and bring in your cobblestone over here. Now, something I like doing sometimes is just mixing in the cobblestone with the wood as well sometimes. So sometimes breaking it up may make it look a little cooler, just so that the cobblestone may go in front of the wood sometimes, may be behind. So I actually prefer having cobblestone all straight in this area over here, but I prefer the wood coming down and being prominent in this area so that the door area doesn't look too weird. So actually, sometimes if you'd like to, you can also switch out some of these logs here for some cobblestone at the bottom section just to make it look more neat. Anyway, with that done, it should be looking somewhat like this. So go ahead, place all the cobblestone along this yellow and white part over here, and then go ahead and finish that off with a spruce log over here. And go ahead and bring this 4 blocks, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Then fill this entire segment over here with some sandstone, just like I'm doing right now. Now, as we continue, we're not actually going to put any more logs in the center over here. We're actually going to pop these 2 blocks out here and these 2 blocks out here for some window spaces. So go ahead, grab your glass panes and just place them like I'm doing, just like that. Then go ahead, grab some oak trapdoors and place them outside to look like the window flaps, just like I'm doing right now. And it should look something similar to this. Then go ahead, do your texturing if you want, just to make it look a little cooler. So I'm just doing that all around the outsides here, just to make it look more natural, look like it's a bit broken, and to give it a little more, life into the build. So something like this. Then what you want to do is come to the inside and place an oak trapdoor there, and an oak trapdoor there, an oak trapdoor here, and an oak trapdoor there. And then flip them so that from the inside, it just looks slightly different compared to the rest of the windows, because all the windows from the inside are actually just going to be the normal windows, just so for the kitchen it looks slightly different, and it gives a nice kind of kitchen feel. So this actually looks like a kitchen, and it also looks like it's a bit of variation into the windows from the interior. Now, just before we continue, I'm actually going to add in a little more detail. So you may have noticed we use signs around this build over here once they load in for some decoration for the horizontal beams, and we actually use some in this area as well. So if we grab our sign over here, and we're actually going to be using that all along the cobblestone section over here. So if you just go ahead, place signs along here, just as a horizontal beam, and you want to continue it all the way down till here. Actually, just go ahead and break that last line over there. I made a slight mistake, but then just continue them down along this section here, just so that this door area over here is just symmetrical and we don't have one sign over here and not another sign over here. Anyway, without further ado, just continue these signs along like I am doing, just like that. And you should have something that looks like this at this point, and you can already see how it's starting to take shape. Then you should have 2 walls standing just like this. And now we want to go ahead and create the 3rd wall so that we can finish this whole section off over here. But just quickly before we do that, just to make this area look a little neater, I actually don't want the wood overlapping on other wood. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and break those 2 signs just to make it look a little neater. Now we're going to add in this wall over here. So go ahead and place your cobblestone all the way down to the end so that it's exactly in line with that wall over there. Then go ahead and grab your stripped spruce logs, and we're going to actually use those in this wall over here, just to break it up a little bit more. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then 1, break this one, and 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and break this one there. And you should have 2 yellow squares just like that. Then place your spruce log there and a spruce log there, and you should see this spruce log should be in line with this one, and this one should not be in line with any of them, just so that there's an even space for 2 windows over there. Now do the usual and continue these up to the top, just like I've done there, and then go ahead and fill those in with the sandstone, and then we're going to go ahead and get straight into the detailing, where we're going to of course mix in some of this normal sandstone as well. And you should have something looking like this. Then go ahead and pop out these 2 blocks and those 2 blocks just like that. Go ahead and place some gray stained glass just like that. And we're actually going to be using some more of these oak trapdoors here, and we're going to be placing some flaps on both sides of the window just to make it more symmetrical and look super nice from the backside. Now we're not actually going to be using signs on this side over here because we're going to be using a little bit of decoration over here. We're going to put in some leaves or some other things because I highly recommend doing that just to break up this wall a little bit more. So what you want to go ahead and do is place a trapdoor here, a trapdoor here, and just continue this all the way down like this. Then when your chimney is going to come in, it's going to break these two here. And you should have something looking like this. You should have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 as well. And as you saw over there, we used a cauldron and a composter kind of setup there to attach our horses. So you can make like a feeding trough out of this and it looks super cool. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do over here. So to go ahead and do that, I'm going to place a composter here, just, for a little place so that the horses can eat. A fence along over here. And then you can go ahead and fill this whole thing up with water so that horses can drink water out of this area. And it looks super natural as well. And as you may have noticed, we're practically almost finished with this tiny cottage at the bottom. Now if I just go ahead and clear my inventory, we're actually going to get straight into building the roof for this. So grab your main 3 roof blocks over here and actually grab some trapdoors as well. So before we're going to go get straight into that, we're actually going to place a row of trapdoors just like this all around the outside. So just go ahead and do what I do and just place a row like this, and this is just going to be like a little trim to the bottom of your roof just so that it looks a little neater from the outside. Now I know this is a little bit resource intensive, so you don't have to do this, but I just trust me, it just looks a little bit better if you do this. These trapdoors are also useful for the grey concrete powder. Since grey concrete powder is gravity block, it falls down. So having grey concrete powder on these trapdoors will prevent it from falling down and making the roof look like a mess. So then once you want to go ahead and do that, it just mix in some grey concrete powder and some grey wool for the roof design. So just go ahead and place them all on the trapdoors like I'm doing right now. And you should have something looking similar to mine, just like this. Then go ahead and texture it so that it looks a little bit more natural. You make sure to use every block equally and don't use too much of one block compared to the other. So just mix them in, make them look cool, and trust me, it'll end up looking great if you put your time and effort into it. And I've ended up with something similar to this, and you guys should too. Now just make sure you're happy with it. If you're not happy with it, you can always get back to it and continue doing more stuff. Now, like I mentioned, we're only going to be using a small bit of dark oak, and this is where it comes in. This is just so that the interior also looks a little bit nicer from the inside. So what we're going to go ahead and do is place a ring of dark oak around here. And this is also to prevent some of these grey concrete powder from falling through, and also just as a lining so that pieces of sandstone stairs and stuff won't actually look into the build. And you should have something looking like that. Then go ahead and go on top and place another row of roof over here. So just gonna go ahead and place some grey concrete powder and then go ahead and texture that after. So go place some wool in, go place some concrete powder, and you should have something similar to this. And don't worry with how much you're placing, just as long as you're happy with it and it turns out looking great. And to finally finish off this little entrance area, we're just going to go ahead and place this final flap for this window that I just forgot to place earlier on. Now that we're at this point, we might as well go ahead and do this little overhang section over here. So while I go ahead and quickly clear my inventory, I'm going to grab some stone brick wall, some spruce fences, and some spruce fence gates, just like that. And what you want to go ahead and do is place some stone brick walls on these gray wool places over here. Then of course place 2 spruce fences just like that, and then go ahead and place another stone brick wall just like that, it's in line with the trapdoors. Then you're going to place another fence here on top of that brick wall, and another fence here on top of that brick wall. Then place another brick wall and another brick wall, so that you should have something looking like this: 2 pillars, 1 brick wall, 2 fences, 1 brick wall, 1 fence, and then 1 brick wall. With that done, go ahead and place spruce fence gates in between each wall so that you link each stone brick wall to each other. So just like that, we linked up. Even though you're going to get this cool effect over here, don't worry, it's all in the same block. So you can tell that they're all linked together. Just make sure that they're all linked together, except just leave this last one here. You do not want to link these like this, unless you really like that idea and make like a little nice garden in here. I do not recommend linking those two together because it kind of restricts the pathways down here that we might add later on. Then go ahead and do the same for this top part as well. But there's a slight exception with this part as well. So once you go ahead and link these two parts over here, you actually want to open this top fence gate just like that. And this will just be a small intricate detail once again that will look cooler later on just to support the whole balcony. Once this whole part is done, you want to go ahead and grab some spruce planks and some spruce slabs and some trapdoors just like that. Then go ahead and replace these blocks here with some spruce planks just like that. Then go ahead, place a spruce slab over here just like I've done, and then go ahead, place some spruce trapdoors just like that. And this is just so that there's a nicer blend from the top of this roof over here into the balcony over here, so that it just becomes nice and a gentle slope just like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and fill this entire section over here with spruce as well. So go ahead, fill this entire area over here in between the gray concrete and the actual roof itself with spruce planks. So just go ahead, fill this in, and you should have a nice looking floor plan. And this will be the ceiling for the first floor over here. So you've got a nice wide range of area to work with, and it will also be the floor for the second room. This is where the corridor is going to be, and this is where the balcony is going to be. And voila, you should have something very similar to this. And trust me, it looks very, small at the moment, but it will grow. And this is kind of the little tricky part that we're getting into right now. So what you want for this is already the materials you've got on hand, including some sandstone as well. So grab all the types of sandstone. So what you want to do is place a sandstone block here, a sandstone block here, a sandstone block here, and a sandstone block here, so that you do every other one. And make sure you do this on top of this little section over here, just like that. Then what you want to go ahead and do is grab some lecterns. Where are they? Lecterns, just like that. This is the part we're going to actually create the balcony itself. So go ahead and place some lecterns in between those, just like I've done there. And go ahead and grab a, a sandstone wall just like that, and place the sandstone wall in between those like I'm doing here. Now there is no smooth sandstone wall, which Mojang, please make some smooth sandstone walls. So you're gonna have to try and use your imagination and pretend some are smooth sandstone walls. But even when you incorporate some smooth sandstone blocks into it, trust me, it still looks cool nonetheless. So just go ahead, mix in some smooth sandstone blocks as some texturing, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that there as well. Then go ahead and place some spruce fences on top of those, just like I've done there. And then go ahead and place some more sandstone blocks on top of that. And then once again, like I said, go ahead, mix that in just to make it look a little nicer for you guys there. Then you're going to go ahead, grab your slabs, and mix that in on top. And just so that you get this little nice kind of arch here. And like now, this is Minecraft, so you're not going to get proper arches, but this is as close as you can get to an arch in a one block space, which is what we've done over here. Then like I always say, go ahead and texture that. So just go ahead, texture that, and make it look a little cooler, just like that. And that's almost one of these balcony fronts complete. What you're gonna go ahead and do next is grab your trapdoors just like that, and you want to place them on top of the lectern. Make sure you shift and place them. Some people are confused on why they can't place on top of the lectern. You must shift so that you can place them on top. And you should have something very similar to this. Next step is to go ahead and repeat that kind of similar style over here. So you want to place one block down over here, place a lectern just like that, place a trapdoor on top of that, sandstone wall, spruce fence, block on top of that. Let's go use this kind of block this time, and go ahead and place a sandstone slab just like that, so that we continue that arch over here. Then from this point onwards, we're gonna actually have the corridor over here. so we're not going to continue this further along this direction. Now you may have noticed this lectern part is actually floating. So what you're going to go one ahead and do is place two trapdoors just like that. Now make sure you shift under this lectern that you place it. Otherwise, if you just normally place it, it won't let you just like that. You can hear my clicking and it won't let you place it. But if you shift and click, then it will go ahead and let you place that trapdoor underneath and above so that it looks like it is actually, being held up by something. Now on this side, things are going to be slightly different. So just before we go ahead and do that, we're just going to quickly bring in those two trapdoors like we did on that side over there, and then get straight onto this. Now it's not going to be too different, but it's just going to be slightly different from what we've done over here. So what you want to go ahead and do is place 1, 2, 3 lecterns. Then place a block, a sandstone block, and then place 1, 2, 3 lecterns. Place another block, and place 1, 2, 3 lectern, just so that you have something looking like that. Then go ahead and place your walls and your fences like usual. Then go ahead and place another block on top of that, and you should have something looking like this. Now before we continue and do the new part, go ahead and place the trapdoors on top of these lecterns like we did along that side, just so that we get a nice railing feel over here and it looks really cool, just like this. And you should have this kind of balcony feel and it looks super cool. Go ahead and do your texturing as well. So go ahead, grab your sandstone blocks and just make it a little bit different around here as well. I'm just going to mix that all in. Then go ahead, grab your stairs, and you're going to put two upside down stairs on each block. So you're going to put an upside down stair on both sides of the block. You're going to go ahead and put upside down stair here and an upside down stair there. Now notice there is nothing on this side, so you're not going to place it upside down stair. That's because there's going to be a wall later on, if you see over there. So you're actually going to place an upside down stair on that wall. So if you see, we've got upside down stair, but we've got no block there yet. So what we're going to go ahead and do, since that wall isn't attached, we're actually going to put a temporary block here, and a temporary block here. Destroy these two and place that upside down stair. Then once you've gone ahead and done that, grab different types of sandstone and just mix that in so that it just looks a little cleaner and a little bit more textured. You should have something similar to this. Next step after this is go ahead and grab your trapdoors and place them in between so that you get a really nice arc. So if you come around this way, you got your stair and you get this very beautiful arc over here, which looks really great, I have to say. It's very hard to do that over here since it's a one block space, but because we got that 3 blocks over here, it's very nice to get that full arc in over here. And just like that, you got your main balcony complete. Now we're going to go ahead and create the corridor attached to the main balcony and how you actually enter the main balcony. So what you want to go ahead and do is place a log here attached to this block over here at this end. Skip 1, 2 blocks over here and then place another log. Then go all the way to the end. Make sure you're in line with that log over there and place a log over here and then go ahead and place one over here so that you've got this nice feel just like that. Then go ahead and fill this entire thing in with sandstone. Just leave this area open and just fill these 3 sides here with sandstone. And just like we did on the lower section, we're actually going to bring this up 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did that one too high. And 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then fill this entire thing in with sandstone just like this, like I'm doing right now. And then make sure you don't forget to texture this so that it looks just a little bit cooler from the outside. Trust me, the texturing always makes it 10 times better. At the beginning, whenever I used to post tutorial videos, I thought texturing was just a waste of time, but it makes the build pop out way more. Just go ahead, spend that time doing texturing, and it'll look super cool. Just do that all around all these sides here. But what we're actually going to do over here is pop out these 3 blocks. And we're going to actually use an upside down stair. We grab a stair here. And then we're actually going to put in a door. This is where we're going to actually enter the balcony over here. So we just place a door here. And this is your little entrance towards the balcony area. Then don't forget to also texture this side as well. Don't want to leave any side untextured. Then you should have something similar looking to this. Now you can see it's very plain, so we're gonna go ahead and add in some windows. Go ahead, grab your gray stained glass and grab some oak trapdoors. So what you want to do is you're gonna place 3 windows on each side. We're gonna skip one from here, break 2 blocks just like that. Skip one, break 2 blocks. Skip that and break 2 blocks just like that. And then place windows in all of these gaps just like that. Once you have these 3 windows in place, you want to go ahead and place trapdoors in between and on the outside of all of those just like that. So that you have 4 places where you have both trapdoors. And go ahead and place that on top as well. And then you want to flip those up so that they're just the window flaps, and it just also gives in a little bit more life to that little area, and you can see it looks much cooler. Now we're also gonna go ahead and pop in some windows over here, and we're just gonna do what we did on that side, just so that the windows are exactly parallel to each other. Go ahead and place in the actual window planes over here, the glass planes, and then do the same what you did to that back side over there, and go ahead and place trapdoors all up just like this. Now we're also going to add in a little plant potter over here that we're going to do together. So since most of the build already has a few plant potters on the outside, what we're going to go ahead and do is use some leaves for this one, as you saw we did on that side already. So what you want to go ahead and place leaves just all around like this. And then you want to go underneath and place a stair, a slab, a stair, a slab, and then finally a stair. So you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves so that they start at this first window and they finish at this window over here. Then place a trapdoor like this and all the way around just like that, and then flip them up so that you got like a little kind of plant border over here. You can also use just like grass as well and just put in some flowers, but I just prefer the leaves and they look really cool as is. And with all of that done, you're basically finished with the balcony, and just to finish it off, we're going to do the roof part just over there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place planks all the way on the outside. We're going to line this entire segment here with some spruce planks, just like I am doing right now. So just go ahead and place spruce planks all the way along this edge here. Then go ahead and fill this entire section in with spruce planks and continue doing that. And once you go ahead and fill this entire segment in with spruce planks, you're actually going to want to take out a row of spruce planks over here, just like that. Then make sure you fill in this part over here. And once you go ahead and take that row out, you're actually going to grab in your spruce trapdoors and fill this entire segment in just like that, as you can see over there. You want to actually destroy this as well, and then destroy this as well. And you're going to put spruce planks across that entire side over there. Then once you go ahead and do that, we're going to actually create a little pyramid shape on top of this. So what you want to do is place a spruce plank here and a spruce plank here, just like that. Then you want to place spruce planks in the middle of that. Then go ahead and place a spruce plank here, a spruce plank here, just like that. And you can kind of see the pyramid that we're going for. And then you place a spruce plank in the middle and just one more on top of that. So you get this nice pyramid shape on top. And that's just going to be that middle section over there. Next up is actually building the roof, and we're almost finished with this entire section completely. Just before we do that though, we're actually going to place a fence gate here, 3 fence gates here, 3 fence gates here, and 1, 2, 3 fence gates here as well, so that you have 1 fence gate going off the edge here, so that you have 3 fence gates in front of these 3 blocks just like that. Then go ahead, for each middle fence gate you want to open them towards the building so that it looks like it's attached, just like that. So you should have 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the middle ones for all of them are open. And then go ahead and do the same for this side as well. So put 1 fence gate here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then you want to go ahead and place one more just over here and then open all the middle ones. And this is just to make a nice border around the outside, as you can see over there. And it also kind of has another purpose of holding up these gray concrete powders, since they're gravity blocks. With all of that done, now you can go ahead and complete the roof. So go ahead and place your gray concrete just like I am doing here. So go ahead, place gray concrete on top of this pyramid and you fulfill the shape. So just go ahead, do it like this, and you should have something looking like this. And once you go ahead and have that general shape, you're going to continue it all the way down to the end of this segment here. So just continue it down to that spruce part and do that for all of these areas over here. So just go ahead, continue this down, go ahead, continue this down, go ahead and continue this down. Just go ahead and finish that. I'm just going to quickly finish that off camera and hopefully you guys do the same as well. Once you finish the roof, you should have something very similar to this. Now, do not start doing the texturing straight away because we have to do something before we do that. Because if you put in the gray concrete powder, it's going to fall straight through. So what you're going to go ahead and do is line this entire area here with barrels. So we're actually going to do a little bit of the interior here. So what we're going to do is grab barrels and just do this. This is kind of like interior and exterior because it kind of sort of gives structural support to the actual structure here. So if you go ahead and line this area with barrels, and this is going to be the actual you know area where you're going to store all your materials, your test area, your storage area, and you're just going to line that area with barrels so that you can easily place some gray concrete powder without any issue. Then above that, you're going to go ahead and place some spruce trapdoors. Now, spruce trapdoors are going to hold up these blocks in front of you. So go ahead and place spruce trapdoors along this side here. And then for the top part, we're going to use a mixture of lanterns and spruce fence gates. And actually, we're going to bring this back a single block back as well. So go ahead, destroy this, and bring this a block back. And this you're going to find out how we're going to do this later on when we add in the glass blocks and the trapdoors. So you're just going to bring in those two blocks there. And then for the top here, we're going to grab lanterns, which I unfortunately do not have on me. But we're going to go ahead and place a lantern here, fence gate here. Then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, fence gate here, 1, 2, 3, fence gate here. And you should have something very similar to this. You should have, sorry, 1, 2, and this should be 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can have some lanterns in between, just like that as well. And you should have a little closet like this. Some areas will not be covered by some blocks like that, but just simply do not place any gray concrete powder there. Only place them on the ones which have support, just like that. But only place wool or just normal concrete on the places that do not have support. Once that's all done, go ahead and do the texturing now. Then once you're finished texturing, your roof should look something similar to this. And then once you've gone ahead and done that, we're going to start focusing on this area down here. So what you want to do is in this little hole that we created, place a trapdoor down here and a trapdoor up here. Then we're going to go ahead and grab some gray stained glass blocks. Now these are going to be the only two gray stained glass blocks in the entire build. And we're just going to place them there so that there's a little set back from the actual window itself. And there you go. It looks very nice and neat there. And we're almost done with the build now on this side. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our spruce fence gates and place them in the corners just like that. So you have a little triangle of fence gates, and just like that, it looks way better in this little segment over here. And then final few details, we're going to put a spruce trapdoor here, then a slab here, a trapdoor off of that, and then we're going to place 2 chains underneath that there. And go ahead and grab your andesite slab and place that right underneath there so that you got the little winch system and you can add your banners or anything you'd like to personalize your little home. And we're practically done, only a couple more details left, which includes the chimney. So what we're going to go ahead and do is place an andesite stair like that, place a block of stone, another andesite, you can mix it up of course if you'd like to, a campfire, some trapdoors all the way around that, just like this, flip them up, and then you're going to go ahead and place a little flower pot on top of that just to look like the chimney stack there, and it looks super realistic and the chimney looks great. Then just to add a little bit more greenery into it like we did over there, we're just going to mix in a couple of leaves at the top to make it just look a little bit more green and lush. And once you go ahead and add those leaves, you're basically done. This entire section is complete, so congratulations on making it this far. Of course, the interior is not done, that you're going to do at the end. But congratulations on getting this far, and the first section is complete. And now we're going to move on to this much larger section over here. Alright, so let's get straight into building the second section now. So where you want to start is from the side of this balcony area over here. So you're just going to go from the front and walk along to this side here. And what you want to do is place a sandstone block just like that. And carry that along two more, and then place your strip spruce log. Then go to this corner and place a strip spruce log as well. Then in between you want to place some cobblestone here and some cobblestone here, and fill the rest with some smooth sandstone just like that. Then you're going to come to this section over here, count 1, 2, 3, then place a block, 1, 2, 3, then place a block, 1, 2, 3, and then place a block in that corner so that you get 4 pillars on this side. Then go ahead and place some more cobblestone down alongside this part. Then you're going to go ahead and place one pillar down here and then connect this whole thing up with some cobblestone. And then finally, last but not least, you're going to connect this whole area here with some smooth sandstone so that it's a bit similar to what you've done on this side. And then your base area should look like this. Then for this little jutting out section over here, you're going to go ahead and place a barrel here facing up, a barrel here facing up. And in the middle, you're going to place some smooth sandstone just like that. Then you can place another block out just like I've done there. And then on these two yellow blocks left, you're going to place two sandstone walls just like I've done there. And that's what the base of the second section is going to look like. Now we're going to start working on this jutting out section. So what you want to do is make this plant fodder area 4 blocks tall in total. So what you're going to do is raise this up 3 more blocks so that it's 4 in total. So you should count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do this for the 3 blocks behind as well so that they match the similar height. And then bring up the sandstone walls as well so they also match that height. So you should get something similar to this. Now you can also texture as you go here. So go ahead and mix in some sandstone just to make it look more natural. I also like mixing in some walls against some of the sandstone just to make it look like some parts are broken down, and that just makes it look more realistic. Then to accompany this, you're going to expand these side pillars here. So on top of the barrel, you're going to place 1, 2 logs just like that, and then another barrel. And then do the same on the other side, 1, 2, and then a barrel, just like that. Then you're going to further expand this and place 3 logs just like this. So you're going to place on top of the barrel 3 logs just like that. So that you've got the barrel texture on the sides, and then the main wooden strip logs just going all the way up. Then in between those, you're going to place a little kind of T-shaped sandstone structure just like this, so that you have 2 spaces for some windows. And while we're at this point, you might as well go ahead and place in some glass panes where the windows will be. And then once again, you can go ahead and texture this whole area just to make it look a little nicer. Let's see, we're going to go with something like that. That looks very nice. Then we're going to go ahead and create the roof for this section. So what you want to do is place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spruce planks on top of this. Then you're going to place 3, and then you're going to place 1 so that you get that nice pyramid shape as usual. Then you're going to grab your trapdoors and then place them in just like this. You actually want to place them in higher, just along this, so that they're on the top of the block and they're at the bottom of this pyramid. Then you're going to go ahead and grab your roof block. So you're going to grab your gray concrete powder, your gray wool, and your gray concrete, and you're going to start adding them in. So what you're going to go ahead and do is place 2 just like this, 2 like this. So you've got 1 on the block and the 1 overhanging from the front. So you're just going to go ahead and do all of this here. Now before we start texturing, we're also going to grab in some spruce fence gates. And what we're going to do with these fence gates is just place them up just like that. So you get that nice feel like this, so that this is holding up the roof. And that's also functional as well. So now if you place any gray concrete powder like this, they're going to hold up the gray concrete powder. And this will just make it look more realistic. And now you can start and go ahead and texture this roof over here. Once you're happy with this, you basically completed the whole jutting out section. Now you can just add in a few little decorations to the front just to make it look a little bit more lively. Now, most people would add flowers out here, but I actually like the idea of leaves. So what we're going to do is grab a few leaves, and we're going to grab a few flower pots as well. So I'm gonna make a leaf down here, is in the center, and I think it'd be nice to have some leaves drooping off the edge as well. So I'm actually gonna replace that wall there with some leaves. Now you can also go further, but I don't want my area to look, too overgrown. But if you guys will like it, then go ahead, nothing's stopping you from doing that. Then I'm also gonna place maybe a flower pot here and a flower pot here. And let's go ahead and fill that with some azure blueberries because I like the look of those flowers. So we're just gonna grab those and then fill those in the flower pots. And you've got a very nice kind of garden in front of those windows there. And I think that looks really, really cool. Now let's go ahead and complete the final section. And just before that, just a little finishing touch on this wall over here. And just put a little sign there to make it, pop out just a little bit more. That just makes it feel a little bit more wooden and just breaks up the sandstone feel slightly more. But let's continue with this whole section back here. So what you want to do from this spruce log over here is bring it out two more so that it's three in tall. Then you're going to place a barrel down here so that it's in line with that barrel there. Then you want to go ahead and go further and place one, two, and then another barrel, just like that. So it's three, barrel, two, barrel. Then place another three, one, two, three, and then place a barrel just like I've done there. And then you want to copy that on this side as well. Exactly like this. Now from this point onwards, we're going to go and build a little beam between these two barrels here. So you're going to grab some spruce strip logs and just connect those to just like I've done there. And the next part is really simple. And you're just going to fill this whole section in behind here with some smooth sandstone or you just use sandstone variant. So you're just going to go ahead, go around the outsides here and fill this in just like that. You're going to go ahead and do this here as well. Just do this and then fill this in here. Make sure you don't fill it in the area in front of the windows because you still want to see out of these windows and bring in some natural light into the build. Then you can go ahead and take away these smooth sandstone away if you would like to. And if you just come around to the other side, it should look something like this. Now just to change it up a little bit, you gotta do your texturing as well. So just grab your sandstone stairs, variants, and your just normal sandstone just to break it up a little bit. Add some cracks in there, just do something like this if you'd like to. If you want to leave this there, and then let's put a crack in here. Let's put in some normal sandstone here just to pick it up once again, like I was saying. And this is looking good. Yeah, that looks absolutely amazing. And in fact, I actually want to break this up here a little bit more. And there we go. That is looking spectacular. Now you guys should have something very similar to this as well. Now we're going to start detailing the side more as well. So for every side that has the barrel, you're going to start placing signs. So you're going to place a sign here on top of this barrel and then a sign here. Now we don't want to continue on this front part over here because it'll just break up this entire section and we don't want it to look similar to this back section here. Otherwise, it'll just look slightly weird. So you're actually going to pretend like it goes the back side here and just connect the sign here and onto this barrel there. Then you're going to do the same here. You're going to place a sign here and on this barrel, and you're going to place a sign here and on this barrel. But for this top barrel, we're actually going to do something slightly different. We're going to grab our spruce fence gates here, and we're going to place them all along, just like I'm doing here. Of course, you've got that one block in the middle, but just continue placing them all along, and then open the last two, just like I've done there. And then this is what you guys should have right now. Next step is to go ahead and bring these beams over here along to these sides as well. So we're going to go out from this barrel and place two spruce logs just like that. We're going to make it three so that it just lined up with that bottom section over there. So you just want to place three along that side as well. Then you're going to do something on this side. So where you're going to go 1, 2, 3, place a barrel, 1, 2, barrel, 1, 2, 3, barrel, just like we did there. And then we're going to connect these two sides together as well. So just bring in your spruce logs all the way like that. And then the next step is super simple. You're going to bring up these logs over here with no barrels in between. And then you're going to fill the entire section here with all sandstone. So you're going to go ahead and turn this whole area here into sandstone, just like I'm about to do here. Just go ahead, follow what I'm doing, turn this entire section into sandstone, and repeat that for all three sides along these two areas as well. And you should have basically a very plain wall similar to this. Then go ahead and do your texturing. And I'm not going to bore you guys with this because you've probably seen this 1,000 times already with all the other walls I've done. So just go ahead and texture this whole wall and put in some cracks and just make it look a little nicer. And if you'd like to, you can also bring up this cobblestone a little bit more just to make it blend with the sandstone. And you can even bring down the sandstone if you like. It's all up to your personal preference. So just go ahead, do your texturing, and I'll see you guys after you've all done that. And once you've done all your detailing, your wall should look something very similar to this. So it should look messed up, battered, and that honestly brings the whole build to life. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do what we did on this side over here and bring signs across where the barrels are. So we're going to place a sign on this barrel here and this barrel here. And then we're going to place a sign on this barrel here and this barrel here. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is just connect them up. So just go ahead, place signs all the way across. I know this might take a long time to do, but trust me, it just makes those horizontal beams look really cool. So you're going to go ahead and get something like that, and then just do that for the bottom part as well. Just go ahead, bring them all the way across, and you should get a really cool effect. So it looks like a Tudor style kind of wall, and you should have something very similar to this. Then what we're going to go ahead and do is break these two blocks here, these two blocks here, and these two blocks here for some windows. Then when it comes to filling the windows, of course, you're going to use your gray stained glass panes as usual and fill those holes in with the glass panes. Then you're going to go ahead and place some spruce trapdoors on the right side of each window, just like I've done there. And now it's completely your choice. You can place them on the left side as well, or can place them on both sides if you'd like to. But I just like them on the right side, so your window design should look something similar to this if you're copying what I'm doing. And with this main section of the wall done, we're going to move to this side over here and just make this connect much nicer to this balcony section. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just bring up the smooth sandstone all the way up to this part here. And then we're going to bring it across like this as well. And then fill in this entire section over here. And then you should get something super similar to this. And once you've got this, of course, you're going to do your texturing. So just bring in your sandstone, normal sandstone here, and just make the wall look a little more dirty and cracked, of course. And from the outside, it should look something very similar to this. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is pop in a couple of windows. So we're going to place a window in here. I'm going to go ahead and go up as well and place a window in there. And as per usual, we're going to place in our glass panes for the windows and I'll make some window flaps on the right side of each window. And there we go. That looks absolutely amazing. And then along with that, we're going to bring in the horizontal beams and place them on the barrels and then just extend them further out as well. Just make sure you place them in the right place and then bring them along. And there we go. That whole wall is completed as well. Basically, at this point, you've got three main walls completed. You've got half a wall here, a full wall here, and a huge wall along this side. Now, the only things we have left is this side wall here, this half a wall, and then this huge back wall as well. Now, this half a wall here will be concealed by the chimney that's going to be placed on these 4 blocks over here. So you won't really see it, but we're still going to bring this up and decorate it so that it looks better on the interior as well. So the first thing we're going to do is actually complete this beam design on this side as well. So you're going to go ahead, bring this up 2 more so that it's 3, place a barrel, then go 1, 2, barrel, 1, 2, 3, and then barrel. And then you've got that, pillar design. And then you're going to go ahead and bring in the side beams. So just go ahead and use your spruce log and just connect those up. And you're going to do the same on this side. And you're going to go out 3, just like I've done there. Now you notice that we've actually left this whole section here empty, and we're actually just going to go and fill those with plants so that when you actually walk into the storage room, it just feels like a nice, natural kind of conversion, and so that these beams don't actually break up the floor design in here. Now let's move on to this small wall over here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is bring this wall and expand it all the way to the top. We're only going to expand these 3 blocks here all the way to the top. And we're not actually going to put any windows on this wall because the chimney will basically conceal all of them. Then you can go ahead and texture it, of course, like all we did with the other walls. So just go ahead, texture it. And you may not see this from the inside if you use double thick walls, but if you don't use double thick walls, then I highly recommend to texture it anyway. And just to make this whole corridor seem more natural, we're just going to actually extend this slightly small over here so that it just fit in, and this is all a 2 block space area. Now with all of those walls complete, we can get straight into the back wall. So what you want to do is place some sandstone on top of the cobblestone, and then just go ahead and stretch that up all the way to the top. So go ahead and expand that all the way to the top for all of these sides here. And I'm just going to go ahead quickly do that off camera, and hopefully you guys have done that correctly. Then once you've got your blank canvas of a wall here, then you're going to go ahead and do your texturing, of course, just to make it look way better. And I'm just going to quickly go ahead and do that off camera as well. And once you've gone ahead and added in your texture, you're going to bring in those horizontal beams of signs down here. So you're going to bring all the signs down here on the barrel, of course. Make sure you don't write any letters, and then just to make it look nice and neat. And just bring them all the way down and then place them on this barrel here. Then you're going to place one on this barrel and bring it all the way down so that it connects to this section over here. So you're just going to go ahead and place signs all the way down here, and it's a kind of a lengthy process, but trust me, it makes the whole build worth it. Now if you look at this side, we've actually got, spruce fence gates on this huge beam over here, and we're just going to replicate that on this side as well. So we're going to place spruce fence gates all the way along this side as well, and then you're going to go ahead and open the last two, and that's basically most of your back wall done. Now we've only got to make the back entrance and a couple windows. So to begin with, let's go ahead and just start with the back entrance. So on the first piece of light gray wall, we're going to go ahead and place a stair. And place an upside down stair, a right way stair, upside down stair, right way stair, and then an upside down stair. And once you get to this point right underneath the sign, you're going to actually go ahead and break this sign here and place a right side up stair, just like I've done there. Then go ahead and place one upside down stair, then break these two signs over here. Then we're going to place an upside down stair just like this against the wall, and we're going to place a slab here. Then you're going to grab some spruce fences, and this is where this kind of back entrance will connect to the ground. So you're going to place a spruce fence here and a spruce fence here, and then just connect the two, just like that. So it looks like some little stilts holding up the back kind of entranceway. And then just to make it a little bit more secure, we're going to add a railing. So we're going to place a trapdoor here, here, here on all the sides of the stairs, and then of course this top part here as well. So we're just going to go ahead and place them all the way just like this, and go ahead and break those, and then we flip all those up just like I'm doing right now. You should get a little railing similar to what I've got here. You of course can use different types of wood if you like, but I like the spruce kind of design we're going for. So we've got a nice kind of safe railing over here just to protect you from falling down. And then we're going to go ahead and destroy these 2 blocks here and add a spruce door just like this, and then you got your spruce door. And then alongside that door, we're also going to add in a small window just to make it seem slightly cozier. So you're going to count out 1, 2, and then break a block here, and you're going to add in a gray stained glass there. And then alongside that, you're going to put a little spruce trapdoor for the window flap. And there we go. You've got a nice little window beside that door just to make it a little comfier kind of area, and so that you can actually see out the window whilst you're walking up the stairs. And just to finally finish off this wall, we're going to add in 2 more windows. So what you want to do is come up to this upper section and count out 1 block from the beam. So you're going to count 1, break 2, 1, break 2. And you're going to go ahead and fill these with some gray stained glass panes. And then you're going to go ahead and place flaps on both sides of these panes here just to make it symmetrical. So go ahead and do that, and you should get a wall looking very similar to this. And basically all 4 walls have been completed for the lower section, and now we just got to complete the bedroom section and the roof, and then you guys are done. So let's get straight into building the bedroom area. What you want to do is bring out 5 blocks from these barrels here. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do the same from this barrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you want to place a temporary block. So for now, we're just going to place some gray concrete here and some gray concrete here. Then you're going to go ahead and place some logs in between, and then you can go ahead and destroy these pieces of roof, so that you should have 2 vertical beams here and then a horizontal beam just like that. Then go ahead and grab your sandstone variants as well. So now you only want to grab your smooth sandstone blocks, smooth sandstone stairs, and your sandstone blocks. And just like that, we're going to go ahead and fill this entire section in. Just go ahead and fill them in with some sandstone, and then we can do your texturing later, of course. And just to save you guys a little time, I've gone ahead and done the texturing off camera for you guys for this wall over here. But now is the next part where we're going to break some windows into this section. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to count out one from this corner here and then go up, break two. One from this corner over here and break two. Then we're going to skip one, go one, two, three, skip one, go one, two, three. Then above these holes here, we're going to add in some stairs. So you're just going to add in the stairs here. You're gonna mix it up, make sure that it's all nice and textured, and you're gonna go ahead and make those stairs. And then in between those holes there, we're just gonna add in some glass pane, just like I've done here, so that you've got some nice, big, beautiful windows. And to accompany those windows, of course, we need to add in a little bit of detail, so we're gonna add in some blocks. We're gonna add in two there, and then we're gonna add in three here. And we're gonna do the same to that side as well. So we're gonna add in two, and we're gonna add in three here. So let's see how this looks. There we go. And those are your huge windows that you'll see in your bedroom. Now we're gonna go ahead and replicate everything we did here on that back wall as well. And just like that, I've replicated what we did on that front wall here to the back wall so that you guys wouldn't have to waste a bunch of your time just watching the same thing over and over again. Now we can go ahead and move on to the next part. The next part is of course building the balcony that sits on this side of the build. So before we do that, we actually need to build the wall that the balcony is going to come out of. So we're just going to extend these pillars here, which continue all the way down to the ground, and you're going to extend them in level with these pillars over here. And you're going to go ahead and bring it across just like I've done there, just like that. And you should have something looking very similar to this. Then go ahead and bring your smooth sandstone in the middle and go ahead and texture that. And I'm just going to do that off camera to save you guys a bunch of time. And as you guys can see, I've fully textured the wall, and I've also done a little bit more, and I've added this little door to the balcony as well. And I haven't done that on camera because you guys are going to have an easy time doing that anyway. Only thing you need to do is break these three blocks over here, place an upside down stair, and then a door at the back of that. But now let's get straight into actually building the balcony. So what you're going to need is some spruce planks here and some spruce stairs along with some spruce trapdoors to begin with. So what we're going to do is count up from this barrel. So we're going to count barrel, a block, and then place an upside down stair, and do the same here as well, just like that. Then we're going to start alternating. We're going to use some spruce planks here, and then some upside down spruce stairs, planks, and then upside down spruce stairs. Finally, just connect that all up with some spruce slabs, just like I've done here. Then you're going to go ahead and grab some temporary blocks. So just in this instance, just to differentiate, I'm going to use these gray concrete blocks here. And you're going to go ahead and line this entire section here with your temporary blocks. Then go ahead, grab your trapdoors and go ahead and line the entire section and flip you up your trapdoors so that you make a very nice railing to this balcony. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and break your temporary blocks. And you've got this huge balcony space to work with now. And to finally finish off the balcony, we're going to add in the shaded part to the balcony. So what we're going to go ahead and do is place a lever here and a lever here. And I'm going to place a spruce fence on top of that and a spruce fence on top of that. So the lever looks like it's connected to the spruce fence. Attached to that spruce fence, we're going to place a spruce fence gate just like this on either side. And you should just replicate that on both sides just like I've done there. Then we're going to go ahead and grab your campfires, your trapdoors, and make sure you also got some slabs on you as well. Then what we're going to go ahead and do is grab your campfires and place them on top of each structural support segment like that. And then we'll also alternate and place some spruce trapdoors down here, and then place some campfires again. And just keep alternating. So place your campfires, then place your trapdoors, then place your campfire, and keep on doing that pattern. And you guys should get something similar to this. Of course, don't forget to put out the campfires. And what you want to do is break these three middle blocks here and replace them with some slabs. And just like that, you've completed your balcony. Now, lastly, let's just quickly finish off this wall that we have over here to connect this segment and this segment together. So you want to grab your sandstone, so just go ahead and grab your smooth sandstone, and you're just going to connect it down just like I'm doing here. So you want to grab 4 from here, and then bring this all the way to the top, just like I've done there. Then you want to do the same here, go 4 out, and then connect it all the way to the same height as that pillar over there, and then you should have something very similar to this. Then you've got a little gap over here, and then you can go ahead and fill this in like so, just like this. And then you can just go ahead and place a block there. And then for the interior, you might as well place these two upside down stairs so that you get like a nice arch feel. Then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and do your texturing. And there we go, I've finished the texturing as you can see here. And then just to quickly finish off this wall over here, I'm going to add a window on this side. So you want to go up 1 block from this beam here, and then break these two, place in your glass planes, and then go ahead and add your window flaps. And just like that, we're all done there. And now we can actually start work on the roof design. So go ahead and grab your gray concrete, and we're just going to go ahead and first of all make the roof before we start texturing. So what you want to do is place a block here, block here, block here, and then just continue this pyramid shape on both sides until they meet in the middle, just like I'm doing here. Keep on doing it just like I'm doing right here. And then you should have something like that. And go ahead and extend this 1 block like this, so that it goes 1 block overhang from this actual main frame, and then do the same on this side as well, and then just go ahead and connect the two together. And once you've gone ahead and done that, you usually have a result looking similar to this. So I went ahead and just copied that to this side so you can see we've got that 1 block overhang. And then I just joined the two in the middle over here. So I just connected this side over here with that side over there. And you can see we've got your normal kind of roof there. And it just looks a little weird right now because it isn't textured and it's just standing on nothing. So we're just going to go ahead with that. So what you want to do from here is grab a strip spruce log here and place it on either side just like that. Then you want to do the same here, just place them and do a little pyramid shape just like that. And then in between that, of course, you're going to go ahead and place your sandstone. And then just go ahead and texture that to your liking. And once you've done that on this side, you're going to go ahead and repeat it on this side as well. So just go ahead, copy what you did over there, and this will just make it look like your actual roof is being supported. And we're almost done with the whole build. As a matter of fact, now we're just going to quickly go ahead, grab these fence gates just like this, and we're going to go ahead and place them all across this roof just to make it look more supported. And once again, go ahead and repeat that on this side as well. Just go ahead and bring it all the way around just like this, and make sure you do it everywhere. Almost missed that block. And there we go, it looks 10 times better. Now we're going to go ahead and texture this roof over here and build a derma over here as well. So for those of you guys which don't know what a derma is, it's just this little jutting out window that we created over there, which comes out the top section of the roof. And we're just going to replicate what we did over there on this side as well. What you're going to go is go from the very corner of this roof block over here from the front side, and then go 1 block to the right, and place a fence gate, and place 2 gray concrete or roof blocks just like that, and go ahead and bring this out once again. And then you're going to bring it out one final time just like that. And then go ahead and just go back down in that pyramid shape just like this. And then you'll get this nice pyramid looking shape just like that. Then go ahead and place a fence gate on this side as well. And then open both of these just like this. Then grab your logs and go in the middle here. Place a log here, and a log just like that. And then you're going to break that block there so that the window can actually look into your house. And then just to quickly finish this derma off, we're going to add a window in the middle here, and then 2 window flaps on either side. And then just to support this whole thing, we're going to add another fence gate in the middle, just like that. And we're basically done with the entire roof. Now all you have to do is go ahead and texture the entire thing. Now just one little warning there, nothing is actually holding the roof up at the moment. So if you place any gravity blocks like this gray concrete powder, it will fall all the way down to the ground over here. So if you want, you guys can go ahead and place some blocks underneath this if you want to, or you can just go ahead and leave the gray concrete powder for now, and then do something about that later with some interior designs. Anyway, with all that said and done, let's go ahead and texture this roof over here. And once this is all textured, we're practically finished with entire build, and the only thing left to do is add in the final chimney, and this is really simple. So what you want to do is come to the very back here and not come to this one being created, and go ahead and place 4 blocks just like this in this little corner here. And go ahead and break these 2 trapdoors, and then bring this whole entire stone segment all the way up, and just break everything in the path so that this has a clear way up. So just break this, break these 2 blocks, and then break these blocks here, and then go ahead and continue bringing it all the way up till this height here. So let me just show you guys. So what you want to do is you want to bring it all the way up 1 block past the peak of the roof. You want to keep on bringing it up all the way like I am doing. Copy what I'm doing here, and then go ahead, and once you get to this point here where you can see it's in line with the top of the roof, you want to go up 1 more block just like that. Then you want to place your campfires on top of that. Doesn't matter which way they're facing as long as they're all lit. You can even turn some of them off if you'd like to, or add no campfires at all if you want your chimney to be off. Then go ahead and add your trapdoors all the way around just like this, like I'm doing here, and then go ahead and flip them up so that you got this nice border around your campfires just like that. And then to finally finish it off and add the chimney stack, you're going to go ahead and place some granite walls on top of the campfires to make a huge nice chimney stack just like that. And then when it comes to actually texturing the chimney, what you want to do is replace some of these stone blocks here with some andesite just to make it look a little bit more cracked and polished in some areas. And just like that, your entire build is done. But personally, I like to add some cracks into my chimney as well. So you can go ahead and add some stairs into this just to make it look a little cooler. And that way, the chimney just looks a little bit more worn out, and it makes it look a little bit more unique. And just like that, your entire building is complete. And voila, your entire exterior is completely done. Now you can move on to the interior. So now I'm not actually going to show you guys what to do in terms of, and voila, just like that, your entire exterior is complete. All the way around from this balcony part over here and to this main segment with the huge chimney, the huge windows, and the balcony alongside that with this beautiful looking exterior. And voila, just like that, your entire exterior is complete. You got this balcony section over here, which is all done. And you work your way around, you got the chimney all done as well. You got this main segment with the balcony all done, including this little jutting out exterior part as well. And all of that is complete. Now we can finally move on to the interior. Now when it comes to the interior, I'm not actually going to show you guys what decorations to put inside of here because that's just going to be a whole. So when it comes down to actually building the interior, I'm not going to show you guys all the little decoration and details that you can add into your build because that's going to take so long. In fact, that should be its own little part if you guys would like to do that. But just let me know in the comment section down below if you would like me to do a part 2 with the entire interior decoration included. But what I am going to show you guys is where to place all your floors and your staircases so that you can make this build look super great. And as you can already see, I've gone ahead and created the ground floor by replacing the grass blocks that would usually be here with some spruce. And that's already a simple enough task. So to begin with, we're going to start with the staircase that leads up into the second floor. And just to do that, we're going to go ahead and place the staircase right beside this door over here so that it connects up to the back entrance where you got the outside over there. So what you want to go ahead and start with is just place a stair down beside this beam over here. Then go ahead and place upside down stair, then no right way upstairs, upside down stair, and the right way upstairs. And then you're going to go ahead and place a stair just like this. And go ahead and place upside down stair just like that. And what you want to go ahead and do is place two spruce planks just like that there. Then what you want to do is grab your stairs again and go ahead and go two higher and then add some upside down stairs alongside that. And then you want to place a spruce slab here and then some spruce planks just like that. And you should have something very similar to this. Then you want to go ahead and bring in your spruce planks over here, and this is going to be your second floor. And just like that, I've added in the entire second floor. And as you can see, it actually adds very nicely to this corridor over here. But we're not quite yet done with this staircase over here, just like that. We need to actually add in a railing. So what you want to do is go ahead and add spruce trapdoors alongside every staircase, just so that it looks like there's a nice railing holding it all up together, just like this. And there we go, just like that, we've got the entire first staircase. And you can just go ahead, go quickly up the stairs just like that with great ease. Then you're going to go ahead and place some trapdoors alongside this side over here so that you get a nice railing when you're going up as well. So when you come up, you got a nice railing so that you just don't fall straight into the staircase. Now you notice I may have left a little open segment over here because if you actually continue placing these spruce planks, these windows are going to be blocked and we don't want that to happen. So to go ahead and resolve that issue, I've actually got a really cool solution, and it involves some staircases, trapdoors, and slabs. So what you want to go ahead and do is place an upside down staircase every other block, just like this. Then go ahead and place a slab in between, just like I've done there, the upper block of slab. And then what you want to do is in front of these windows here is place a trapdoor just like that, just like this. And then go ahead and fill the remaining spots with some slabs. And you get this really nice, cool sloped effect just like this, so that the ceiling is actually raised slightly higher so that the windows can let in the sunlight. But if you actually go up top here, the floor is actually remaining the same height. And what you can go ahead and do is block this entire segment in here so that you've got a flat wall just like that. And there we go, we've done with the first floor entirely with the staircase and the starting of the second floor. Now let's go ahead and add in the second staircase. So what you want to do is go ahead and place a stair just like that. Upside down stair, normal stair, upside down stair, and just continue that all the way up until you get in line with this beam over here. So just continue that all the way up just like so. And then place your final stair just like that. And then what you want to go ahead and do is bring in all your planks and fill this third floor in. And surprisingly, look at this. Your third floor directly aligns with this door over here and the storage system over here. But for those of you which are confused to where to place your last spruce plank, you want to go ahead and place it here. And then go ahead and replace this spruce plank here with the normal beam so that you can easily go up and down this staircase. And then from everything from that beyond that point, you're just going to go ahead and replace with some spruce planks so that you have something very similar to this. Then you want to go ahead and grab your trapdoors and place a nice railing around this. So go ahead and place 3 trapdoors just like this. And then what you want to do is place one in this block just like this. So you want to go ahead and place a trapdoor like that so that it's got a very nice firm edge. And when you go down this, it's still functional just like that. And last but not least, quickly go ahead and add a railing to the staircase itself. And just like that, your entire interior is complete. And it's completely up to you guys. You can also add in a fourth floor if you like to, like an attic. But personally, I like to keep my bedroom really big. So I'm going to leave this entire section up here empty. And this interior looks really clean as it is, even though it's not decorated. But unfortunately, this episode is getting a little too long. So I'm actually going to have to cut it short. But like I said, if you guys want me to build an interior block for block, just let me know in the comments below and I'll go ahead and do that for you. But unfortunately, that's the end of today's video. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed this one and I'll see you all in the next building tutorial. Bye!